Welcome back to Outside the Glass. The 2026 NHL draft is behind us, and there is one true winner from this draft, and that's the Sharks. Dynasty in the making. They are a team that could be a Stanley Cup contender for the next years to come. With that being said, we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it right after this. Stick around. Welcome back to the show. This is Outside the Glass. Rivals on the ice, one community in the seats. Everybody is talking about the Sharks right now. They somehow got significantly better, and they were already almost a playoff team last season. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to play 82-0 on CapWages. We're revisiting it. Great game, addicting. We can't stop playing it. And then we're going to talk about Robertson, Hellebuyck, all wanting out. Larkin, he's gone. Nurse is gone. We'll talk a little bit about that. But to start with, let's talk about the aforementioned Sharks.
Could the Sharks have done any better than what they did? You got the number 2, you got the 9th, and you got the 21st overall here. Let's take a look. Going from the 2nd overall pick, a highly anticipated moment for Sharks fans everywhere. Everybody's on the edge of their seat, and they pretty well understand that they're either going to get McKenna or they're going to get Stenberg. Turns out, who's left at number 2 is Stenberg, which could have been the first overall pick.
Yeah.
In a lot of people's book, Stenberg has taken number 1 spot. The more complete player overall, the more NHL ready to jump in, potentially get 50 points right out of the gate. He's probably not going to jump on the first line with Celebrini quite yet. They're probably going to season him a little bit on the second or third line, let him simmer for a bit, get that chili nice and seasoned and humming. And then they're going to introduce them to the main course, the Celebrini line. And, maybe it's Celebrini, Will Smith, and Stenberg on the first line. And who knows what kind of damage they can do in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at 6 foot, 181 pounds, he's only 18 years old. So he's just going to get bigger and better. And the Sharks have no pressure on him right now. They're just going out, they're having a fun time, and they're just building a dynasty, a potential dynasty.
I am so salty that I'm happy for Sharks fans, right? But the fact that they were able to pull off getting Celebrini, a generational talent, the modern Crosby, right?
Yeah.
That could carry their team with, 112 points, something like this, over the last season. And you were just talking about it, the second best or second highest performer as far as points go was Will Smith?
Will Smith, yeah.
And he had 50-something points. Now, that's only going to get better this season. You expect him to get around 70 points probably. And then if you've got Stenberg coming in getting at least 50, they just got significantly better off the back of a draft that really, after the top couple picks, took a bit of a dip.
Oh, a big dip,
and they were able to capitalize. And usually it's number 1 pick that makes the biggest impact. But in this draft, it's number 1 and number 2 that could make a huge impact for their teams. Toronto taking McKenna and Stenberg going number 2. But they didn't just stop with the madness at the second pick. I can't even put into words the fact that they got some of these picks going down the line. Why don't you tell us about the demon they took at 9th overall?
Yeah. So I just want to mention real quick, Stenberg played in the Swedish Hockey League. So he's already playing against hockey rival, like NHL rivals. Like that is a good league to play in at 18.
Actual pros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's already seasoned. Like you said, he's going to come in, be a 50-point scorer, potentially 50-point scorer. Eklund Eklund was a 50-point scorer, and he's 5 years older. So anyway, Keaton Verhoff, defenseman out of
6'4",
North Dakota. So he's probably not going to come into the league right away. He's probably going to go back to North Dakota and kind of simmer for another year. But right shot, rare combination of size. Those are your notes. I was like, I don't remember writing that. Anyway, right shot.
I like what you're saying
rare
here.
Combination of size, offensive prowess, and defensive ball. So one thing about Verhoff that's a little maybe his weak spot is his skating.
Yes.
That being said, like you said, 6'4", 216 pounds. A lot of experts had him rated as the number 1 defenseman in this draft, and he slipped to 9.
They did. You had him and Chase Reed. They both dropped.
Yeah.
That's a separate story. But with Verhoff, he's a right-hand shot.
Yeah.
He's, like you said, he's got his gaps are insane. Yeah. So he can jump up on the rush, he can make an impact, and then he can get back into position and gap back up, which is a huge asset for him. So if you're the Sharks so far, you've got an elite talent as a winger, then you pick a big defenseman that's, only 18 years old, only going to develop into a more dominant figure on the ice.
Right. But then, so when they drafted Stenberg at number 2, one of the Sharks media outlets that I was following, they were talking about, okay, so now they cleared up the cap from Eklund, and now they can either go out and trade for a defenseman, or they can pick one of these defensemen that are a little lower on the list. So they ended up with a true talented defensive defenseman with Verhoff who has offensive prowess. But then you go out and you get Ryan Lynn at 21st. They traded up to get him. They traded the number 27, 62, and 120 to get the 21st overall.
When we did our mock draft, I had the Blues taking Ryan Lynn.
Yeah.
And I had him at, I can't remember if it was 11 or 15.
I think it was 15.
But the fact that he dropped that low and they were able to take Ryan Lynn at that spot, if I'm the Sharks, I am extremely excited about that pick. He doesn't have the size quite.
No.
But you got Verhoff. You got the right-handed shot. You got that reach. You got the gaps there. What you have in Ryan Lynn is a cerebral player, one that reads the ice and can make his presence known through the way he makes plays. He's not going to dominate physically, but he's going to dominate in the chess game that is hockey.
So when they were talking about Verhoff, they were like, okay, so there's potentially your quarterback for your power play. And then they went out and got Ryan Lynn, and now Ryan Lynn is more like he could be that third pairing, second pairing defenseman that plays number 1 quarterback on the top power play.
Number 1 or number 2.
Yeah, either way.
What I
mean, they could have they have so much talent on that team. It's not going to be that big of a drop between power play 1 and power play 2. They could split the time, just split it straight down the middle and have a solid second power play out there. But comparison for Ryan Lynn might be a little bit of a stretch, right? Obviously, okay, it's a stretch.
Right.
It's obviously a stretch, but who's shorter than Ryan Lynn? At 5'10".
A lot of people.
Me?
Kevin Hart.
Quinn Hughes.
There we go.
Oh, that's who you're talking about.
There we go.
5'10", 180 pounds. Ryan Lynn, 5'11", 171 pounds, and he's 18. He's only going to get bigger. Maybe not height-wise.
He's not going to get any taller, probably.
But he could put on at least 9 pounds.
He just keeps growing.
He's 7'1". Okay.
Moving on?
Yeah, moving on.
So there's one more pick that I want to talk about. The Sharks just threw a Hail Mary. They picked a behemoth. The largest player ever drafted by any team in NHL history.
How tall is he?
7'1". Full disclosure, I Googled Sharks and 7-foot player, and it pulled up a mako shark, an actual predator of the sea. And so I was looking up different facts about sharks for a little bit. And there might be some parallels. He is a absolute devastator on the ice, as you would expect at 7 foot. I mean, he's got a ton of penalty minutes.
Yeah.
I think he's at, Penn State?
Yeah.
And I wrote a note that he's taller than the tallest basketball player that plays for Penn State. So
that's outstanding.
He is very slow of foot. He's 280 pounds. It's like Shaq. They drafted Shaq pretty much. So it's a long stretch to think that he might make the NHL.
Yeah.
But if he ever did, that would be so freaky.
So he's probably, if he does make the NHL roster, he's going to be one of those players that you bring in for specific reasons. He's going to be that player that goes up against Florida or
he could pick up both Kachuk brothers like this. Just crack their heads like Curly and Moe.
Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah. No.
Well, maybe a little bit of protection for Celebrini and Stenberg. Like you said, they could bring them in here and there if they need that protection, if they feel like they need an enforcer that's 7 foot tall on the ice.
I hope he makes that team. That'd be, I don't know. Like NHL players aren't little. They're not little, but he's gonna make them look like children when he's on the ice.
Absolutely.
If you're at a Sharks game, like just as a fan, and you're at a Sharks game and you see him skate onto the ice, that arena will get so amped up. Just watching him skate out on the ice would be cool.
His speed is rated 2 out of 10 right now on Elite Prospects,
I
think.
So he'll skate out on the ice very slowly, but he will skate out on the ice.
Final thoughts on the Sharks. This is unfair.
Yeah.
This is unfair. You might have 2 generational talents on the same team in their prime, looking to make an impact in the league right now.
Yeah.
And so you might have 200-point players on the same team. I don't know if I can think of, I'm sure there's examples, right? But it's not common. Usually you have, you might have a Crosby and a Malkin, but Crosby is your guy.
Yeah.
Right?
But look at the Avs. They drafted Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, and Mikko Rantanen, all within I think it was 3-4 years.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that would be the comparison. Now, they don't have a Cale Makar necessarily, but they have potentially better than a Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
Like in terms of leader and talent stacked. And then Stenberg could be that next guy.
He could be the real deal.
And I don't know. We could be looking back at this draft, and he went number 2. So it's not like, okay, so he moves up to number 1. Not that big of a deal. That being said, we could look back on this draft and say this was the start of the dynasty in San Jose.
Very true. Let's move on from the Sharks.
Okay.
Let's go straight into the St. Louis Blues. They were one of the most highly anticipated teams.
Yeah.
All eyes on the Blues.
Yeah,
they had 4
they had
first-round picks.
an eighth of the picks.
They had an eighth of the picks. None of them top 10, right?
Which
11, 15, 16, and 29.
Yeah.
They went ahead and got rid of a couple of those picks pretty quick.
Yeah.
But let's talk about who they did draft and what trade came out of this draft.
So Tynan, their first pick at number 11, they took Tynan Lawrence, who, in all honesty, was on a lot of people's boards fairly high. Like I saw Tynan Lawrence up to 5.
That's
up to
true.
5 and 6.
And you were talking about this. It seems like GMs this year, for whatever reason, picked what they needed rather than best available.
Yeah, because
not saying that he wasn't best available. Yeah. You could argue he was at 11.
Because you had Gustafson in your mock draft going.
Malte Gustafsson.
Yeah. Make me look non-Swedish, thanks, or Finnish.
I'm the Swede here.
But no, he's only 17. Tynan Lawrence, only 17. He plays for Boston, so incredibly prestigious college.
He didn't. So I think the reason some people dropped him is because when he went to Boston, he didn't produce at the clip that he is capable of producing at. But that I don't think that's going to be a determining factor on his potential going forward.
No.
So he's at a good program. One of the main things I'm seeing about Lawrence is that he's very quick, he's very cerebral, and he's a responsible two-way centerman. And so it looks to me like Alexander Steen is wanting players like how he played almost.
Yeah.
A responsible 200-foot player that has a very high floor.
Yeah.
The Blues didn't want to take a risk and just go out for a player that might be a offensive, dynamo, so to speak. They pick somebody that, okay, at worst, he's going to be a second or third liner. Yeah. That's going to be reliable for us.
Yeah, I mean that's how the Panthers have won their cups. That's how Carolina won their cup.
That's right.
Just they don't necessarily focus on the high ceiling type of players. They focus on the high floor type of players.
That's true. And it would be interesting to see the influence that the previous Stanley Cup winners play on who is drafted at what spot and what GMs are valuing for that year. But it seems like the Blues are valuing centerman, obviously. Yeah. And so that leads us into the next pick. This is the most controversial pick that the Blues had. People don't know what to make of Dejanay's Maddox. He is
that how you say his last name?
Yeah.
Dejanay's like the mustard?
He's a mustard seed. He's just growing.
Interesting. Okay.
And he's sprouted to 6'4". Yeah. He's nearly 200 pounds. So from what I can tell, he's another centerman that is same kind of play style where he's very responsible. He plays with a little bit more grit. He's known for his reverse checks.
Yeah.
And what you can expect with him is a tenacity. So as I was looking at all the Blues picks, tenacity and responsibility seem like the two attributes they were looking for in their talent pool.
Yeah.
And that seems like a through line throughout.
Okay. I mean, they clearly addressed a need. Like, they had two fairly big needs going into this draft. Defenseman is still a big question mark.
I think the reason they didn't pick a defenseman is they're really big on the two coming up.
Yeah.
Especially Juracek. They're thinking he's going to be a top pairing.
Right.
And so I feel like they were more looking at centers.
Yeah. It's just so interesting that this is touted as one of the most defensive heavy drafts though.
That's true.
And
like this is the draft if you need a demon, pick a defenseman.
Right.
And then the Blues have 4 picks.
And they pick 3 centers in a sense. And we can move on to the third center here in a second. But like I get it. I do get it. It's just very interesting. And they're obviously in a position that they know what they're doing in a sense. Like I don't know if I made it on the camera, but I definitely
wow.
Because there are some other picks in this draft.
You son of a bitch.
I'm not talking about the Blues.
Okay.
There are a lot of picks in this draft that were very questionable. And like some of these GMs, it just seems like, what are you doing?
And we talked about earlier that it seems like they're picking for the need, not for the best.
Yeah. So let's move on to that third pick.
Right.
Or I guess it technically came second.
Air quotes. And that's a proper air quote.
The other air quote was garbage. They traded their, what was it, the 15th and 21st?
15th and 29th.
29th.
Yep.
Pick for McTavish,
So
who's an established player.
let me set the stage a little bit. As we come to the 15th and 16th pick, the Blues are about to have 2 back-to-back picks where
15,
they
16.
could dictate who they're taking and kind of set the stage for everybody after them, right?
And this was an exciting point too, because there were still quite a few good players on the board.
I know.
And then they traded at 15, and you're just
Belchets.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. I am pissed
because after the
Belchets.
Blues traded and then picked Dijonais, didn't the Mammoth trade up
to get
Belchets?
I think one pick came after, and he still wasn't picked, and then there was a trade up, and they're like, "Oh shit, he's still there."
And the Mammoth
they went
wanted
ahead
him.
and got Belchets.
Anyway, we can talk about Belchets on another episode because I think he's going to be a very interesting player to watch. But that being said, let's talk a little bit about McTavish.
Mason McTavish. This is a really emotionally charged subject, right?
Right.
He's
as it should be.
He was what? I think you wrote it down here.
Third
overall, right?
In like 21, I think.
So
by the Ducks.
Is this a case of an NHL team failing a player? Or is this a case of...
They just made it the playoffs, though.
They did.
He was... I mean...
But the problems didn't start last year, right?
That's true. I think it was the season before.
I believe he went to arbitration. And one year he missed training camp because he was in arbitration.
Oh, okay.
Quenneville was pissed off about this.
I didn't know that.
He, was lowering his minutes and so on and so forth. And so
didn't Quenneville say whenever he was asked about sitting McTavish in the playoffs, he was asked about it and he just said he's trying to like put the best team out or something. And it's like, well, that just sounds kind of like, I don't know, kind of a backhanded comment.
Thing to say. Right. What you want to say is, I believe in McTavish. I think this is going to draw the best out of him. And
exactly.
And here's the funny part. He was one of the top point producers, even with sitting in the playoffs.
Okay.
So, interesting, right?
Right.
With McTavish, let's talk about him as a person for a little bit. He's 6'1", 219 pounds, a heavy player, not the most explosive, right? But he is a gritty player. He's a good playmaker, and he's got a very solid shot. He's probably going to start on the third line for the Blues.
Even right now.
They're probably going to have Dvorsky on the second second line. They'll have Thomas, obviously, on the first line. And then McTavish, look, they're going to probably sit him down and say, look, you can move up and down the line depending on how you play. And we fully expect and are going to support you to play. And they're going to give him every opportunity, right? There will be no reason not to. But for $7 million for the next several years, do you feel like this was a good deal?
Yeah. I mean, he came with term.
Yeah.
That's big. He already came with a contract. And $7 million, it really isn't that high if you think about it in relative terms.
Is it high for a third line center? Potentially.
I'm trying to think of how to say this without...
say it.
The Blues probably aren't going to do a ton next year.
Okay.
The following season, if they're more competitive, I don't want to say competitive because they're going to be competitive. That's just in their blood. They're just going to be competitive. But the following season, if they're truly like playoff competitive, and he's worked his way up to the second line, he could be a part of building this team back up.
Yeah.
And $7 million as a second line center in 2 years, whenever the cap has even gone up higher,
true,
could look like a steal.
It might not. It could look really good.
Yeah.
If he can perform, right? And what you might have is Thomas is obviously the number one center.
Right.
And then on the second and third line, you could have arguably 2 second line centers.
Right.
So you might have like an Av situation where it's like, yeah, We've got Jury all the way on the third or fourth line, but he's a 20-goal scorer.
But he's gone,
and he got traded.
But he's gone.
So did Nichushkin, and so on and so forth. But anyway, so why don't we cap it there? Any final thoughts on the Blues and where they're headed?
No, I am incredibly curious to see where they go on the defense. I really am. Because, like you said, they have some prospects that might make their way up. But
they got Mayu. They just signed Broberg. Yeah. They got Parenko still.
They have a lot of forward depth now. And
they do.
They might move some of these pieces.
Yeah.
And move for a defenseman
There's
later.
just not enough spots. They got McMichael. They got Carbonneau coming up. It's going to get Chicken Carbonero. So it might get pretty crowded. You're right. Okay. Why don't we move right into the Kraken? The Kraken be cracking. They be popping. Yeah. So how the hell did the Kraken end up with this defenseman?
I'm so excited for them because they get absolutely disrespected in 2 straight seasons.
By Robertson.
Three
by Panarin.
3 separate, and by what's his face, the Vegas GM, whatever his name is. He was talking shit on the Kraken. He said they hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us.
He said we're jealous. That's why we hate Vegas. And then he took a shot at the Kraken. He said, I'm paraphrasing, that the Kraken had the same opportunity as us. And look at where they are. And then
the Kraken, okay. The Kraken do not have the same opportunities as Vegas. They don't have Marner calling them up.
Yeah.
They don't have all these top guys wanting to leave their team. Larkin might be one too. We're getting off track a little, but they got to at 7th. Sorry. At 7th. They were able to get Chase Reed. We thought he might go 3rd.
Or second.
He dropped all the way to 7, and we were both freaking out. We're like, good for the Kraken.
Yeah.
They weren't able to secure an elite player via trade, but when it came to the draft, they were able to have a steal at number 7, and I'm really happy for him.
At 6'2", 194 pounds, 18 years old, he could slot in right away. He could be there, and I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to get very ridiculed for it. This dude...
I'm ready to ridicule.
Cale Makar-esque.
Really?
He could be. Now, the Kraken have a lot of pressure on them. They have a lot more pressure than a team like the Sharks, who are just happy to be here. And just building and building and building. The Kraken have to perform a little bit. Their fan base is getting a little impatient.
Yeah.
And Vegas, no, they don't have the right to say that they had all the same opportunity as Vegas, but they did not do the entry level or the entry draft or whatever quite as well as Vegas. And they kind of missed on a lot of pieces, and they just kind of haven't really been there.
One thing I'm seeing is that I would have liked to seen the Kraken win the lottery and move up, but turns out they didn't have to because they ended up getting a player
That's true.
They were probably wanting anyway.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
he played in the OHL last season. He will play for Michigan State. I forgot about that. He's already committed. Mm-hmm. So he's already committed to play at Michigan State. So he's going to come into the league at 19. Another year of progression. Mm-hmm. And he's going to come in swinging. I forgot about that he's already committed. And I think you added this note. True power play.
He's going to be the quarterback.
True power play quarterback. Number 1.
Right.
He has the skating. He has the scoring. He has the shot. He has the agility. He has the IQ. He has all the intangibles of a player that could shape a franchise. Like Cale Makar. I don't know.
Very true.
It's a lot of pressure on him.
Cale Makar went 3rd or 4th, right?
Yeah, but he was projected to go there.
That's my point. Chase Reed was projected to go 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
And he dropped. This might... when we look back and do like the redraft,
Right.
They might say, "Holy shit!"
He could have gone number 1.
We'll see. So they did. I think they did very well for themselves with that 7th pick. Let's take a look at their next pick. Then they went down to 38th.
Yeah.
So this was a second rounder.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us a little bit about the next pick that the Kraken got at 38.
I might butcher his name. Is it Casey Mutrin?
Mutrin? I don't know, but that sounds right.
Fair enough. So at 6'3", 208 pounds, he was the captain of the U.S. under-18 team.
Yeah.
And at 38th overall,
you don't know.
It's a dart. It's a shot at the dartboard. And
Kyrou was right at that same spot, and he ended up being a 30-goal scorer for several years. So you never know.
Right. And the Kraken, they do have talent on their team. They do have a decent amount of talent, but I feel like one of their biggest weaknesses is their forecheck. And he seems like that type of player, kind of like a Val Nichushkin, almost. And he'd fit right into that position that Val fit into Colorado for so many years.
He's the type of player that you don't have to worry about him making a extra pass or being too cute or passing it laterally when he should be going straight towards the net. He is a straightforward kind of guy, a crash and bang, separate you off the boards with the puck, and then he's probably going straight to the net. He's probably going to go straight to the net and shoot or something like this. So if you need a straightforward kind of player, he's it. The only downside from what I'm seeing is he lacks creativity a little bit.
Yeah.
But that might be a choice, right? It might be a choice to play that straight edge, that direct style.
So here's another thing about Val Nichushkin and how his game, Mutrin's game could compare. So Val would so he's a great forechecker, great net front presence, and he would do this like crash the boards, pinch up the wall, carry the puck into the zone, and then he'd almost turn into Nathan McKinnon for a second. And he'd like do this toe drag across the crease and then lift the puck and bar in it.
Just roof it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would create these opportunities that would seem to come out of nowhere. And he wasn't considered that kind of guy. He wasn't considered a player that should be able to do that. So I don't know Mutrin's backstory entirely, but I feel like he could shape his game after someone like Val.
Yeah.
And
that could be a really good comparison. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
After this, we're going to talk about some of the trades and potential trades that just have not happened. We're going to look at Jason Robertson, Connor Hellebuyck. Join us for more after this. Jason Robertson. What more can we say about this guy other than the fact that he just seems to be a team player?
Yeah.
He's looking at the contracts around him, around the league. He's looking at his counterpart, Mikko Rantanen, and he's seeing a $12 million deal, and he's thinking, I'm producing at the same clip as this guy. Yeah. Why don't I go ahead and make it easy on the Dallas Stars and take a contract for $12 million a year and put this thing to rest?
Unselfish. Yeah.
Now, let's
actually talk
about what's happening in Dallas.
You have a player who was offered, I believe, 12/8.
This is personal for me because the Blues were in negotiations, not even negotiations.
Yeah.
With Robertson. He even before they started, he said St. Louis, no.
They would have given the Stars a lot for Jason Robertson.
And they had a lot to give.
Potentially 3 or 4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Theoretically. They could have offer sheeted him, but that wouldn't have worked because he said no.
He didn't want to entertain it. So I felt bad. Leading up to this, I felt bad for myself.
Yeah.
And the Blues. Even though they weren't a real option to be realistic here. But Seattle was.
They had a trade
Seattle
in place.
Was willing to
the number 7.
They were willing to put their money where their mouth was.
Who was the number 7 pick again for Seattle? Chase Reed?
Chase Reed.
The Stars could have got Reed.
Stars could have got Reed.
He's a right D-man. Who's their left D-man? Heiskanen.
Yeah.
A top 5 defenseman in the league. They could have paired that with Chase Reed.
Absolutely. You could have had actually a win-win scenario. You could have had Seattle go, and Robertson gets the contract he wants. He gets the term he wants. He can max out that 8-year deal, making him
$15 million. That's like what, $120 million total contract? I don't know the math.
Say it again.
It's like, so 8 times 15.
Oh, okay.
$120 million.
You're gonna make me do math on the spot.
I shouldn't have even done it because I don't think that's. I don't even think that's right. It's okay. We'll do the math after and not post it because it's probably way off.
You're probably about right.
But anyway,
from what I was hearing, listening to Elliot Friedman too, was that Seattle was willing to front load this deal, and they were going to give him a ton of sign-on bonuses to make it very lucrative to him in the short term, so that he wasn't going to be exposed to this $1 million tax that was going to be placed on Seattle residents going forward in the next few years.
From the West Coast. Why didn't he want to go over there? Yeah, I know he's not from Seattle, but he's from California. So like,
true.
Why? I don't get it, man.
I was curious because I was wondering, is this just a one-off? This is the biggest contract he'll ever get. But then he was offered the exact term, the exact amount he wanted, and he turned that down. So I'm just very confused.
Yeah.
So it seems like he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. He wants to be on the best team. He wants also the best contract. The problem with that is what we were talking about off air is if you want to get traded to the best teams in the league, they're usually cap teams.
Yeah.
And they usually don't have much to spend. And that's what Dallas is running into as well, being a top team in the league where they just don't have a ton more to give him, right?
It really says a lot about your character. It says a lot about your character, and it says a lot about like how a team can be formed, because like whenever you have teams with like McDavid or Makar or whatever, they're usually your top guy, and then everybody else just kind of slots in.
Exactly. And throughout the history of sports, not just in hockey, but you see top guys taking a pay cut even. Not saying he should, right? But you have like a Crosby. You have like, let's see what Makar gets. Yeah. Let's see if he gets real greedy.
And he already took a team-friendly deal. Whenever he signed his first contract, his, the bridge contract or whatever, he took a deal then.
And it seems like throughout the league, what you're seeing is not that a franchise player wants to have a team built around them. It seems like they all want to go to a...
Forgot to start the clock. Anyway,
they all want to go to a like superstar team. Yeah. They want to go to Florida. They want to go to Vegas. They want to go to all these teams that have all this talent.
Yeah, look at Marchand. He took a pay cut to play with Florida for what, 6 years? Mm-hmm. He took a very friendly deal. He could have signed his final contract that he was going to be under for a lot more than I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was a good deal, and it was like for 6 years because he wanted to stay in Florida where he could have a big chance to win. And the Stars are there. They have an opportunity to be a cup contender, and now Robertson is handcuffing them.
And teams might be very reluctant to give him a no-trade clause, $15 million, 8-year term, because knowing the history of Robertson, if he doesn't like his situation, he will pull every lever, him and his agent, to get exactly what he wants.
That's another thing. I don't know exactly who his agent is, but he's probably on his shoulder, in his ear at all times. Like,
and this whole weaponizing of no trade, no movement clause. Yeah. It seems to be a new thing popping up. Like, okay, it used to be protection, right? Yeah. Now it's offensive. I want to get traded. Yeah. And I know this team's going to pay me. And I want to go to exactly the team I want to go to.
I mean, moving on from, did you have anything else you want to say about Robertson?
No, it could get really long-winded.
It could.
You want to go to Hellebuyck next?
We can go to Hellebuyck. I think his situation's a little different. I think they want to move on, and I think he wants to move on. I do think it's mutual with them. They just have to find a deal that works. Because I know there was rumor for the Sabres. I know the Sabres were looking at trading their number 4 pick and probably some more for Hellebuyck. And then I know the Canes are pretty high up there right now with Hellebuyck, and that'd be an interesting fit. The Panthers, potentially.
Yeah.
Another interesting fit. And the thing about Hellebuyck that kind of frustrates me is he just, like, I feel like the sole reason he wants to be traded is to get out of Canada. I'm like, that is not a good look for the league as a whole. That is not a good league or a good look. And Elliot Freeman even talked about the fact that a lot of these players are trying to get out of Canada. A lot of these U.S. players are trying to get out of Canada. And what does that do for the dynamic between the two countries and the league?
Yeah.
Like, what if Canadian teams say they don't want to draft U.S. players because they don't trust them to stay in the country?
To be fair, it seems like people like to do business in the United States a little bit more if you're a professional, right?
Yeah.
If you're a pro.
Yeah.
So that seems to be a huge contention point right now. And everybody wants to play for American teams just from the business side of things, right? So
I mean, so from this draft, for example, McKenna goes to Toronto. Carls goes to Calgary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, I think, getting slightly off topic, I think Carls went to Calgary just because that's the city that best fits his little comment that he made about big cities. But anyway, back to Hellebuyck. It seems like it's mutual, but at the same time, it just seems a little dirty. You know, it seems a little messy. Hellebuyck just won gold. He wants to go play with his U.S. buddies.
That's right. It's interesting that they won the gold, right? Mm-hmm. USA won gold. Everybody's proud. And it's not that they're wanting to take that energy and, like, let's enhance my team. I want my team to be the best team. It's let's recreate what was in the Olympic game. Let's all get back together, right?
Yeah.
And so
and then you look at Larkin, who's kind of doing the same thing. He's been with Detroit for what, like 5, 6
longer.
Has it been like 10 years that he's been there?
He's been there like 8 years or something.
Okay.
Or 8 to 10.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. That being said, he gave them 3 teams.
Everybody turned on Larkin a little bit when he came out and only gave 3 teams.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
You can't demand a trade and then say, these are the 3 teams I'm willing to go to. Because he has a full no move clause. And he picked Vegas, he picked Florida, and he picked the Wild.
Well, you're giving the other team all the negotiating. Chips. You're giving them all the chips, right?
And like you said, with all these teams being up, like whenever you go to a potential cup contender, they're at cap. They don't have a ton to offer.
Yeah.
How are you going to handicap them to that?
Yeah.
Because Vegas...
And you have Detroit. They're still trying to make the playoffs. They had a bad run at the end, the tail end, and which was unfortunate. And you would wonder if they did make the playoffs and Larkin got a taste of that and was able to make his presence known in the playoffs, if that would have even happened.
Right.
But you do have these star players on underperforming teams. Winnipeg seemed to go from being the President's Trophy winners, beating St. Louis Game 7 in a very disheartening game for St. Louis.
It was.
And they moved on from that series, went on to the next, ended up losing. Then the next season, the expectation was really high for Winnipeg. Hellebuyck was, riding high, and then it just continued to taper down in a way that Hellebuyck's just wanting out now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's understandable. I get it. And like with Winnipeg, they're kind of like Detroit in a way. They just make the playoffs, but they always get knocked out pretty early, and Hellebuyck has this like shadow over him of not performing in the playoffs. And yeah. I mean, I can't blame him or Larkin for wanting to leave. Nurse is a funny one. We won't get too much into that, but I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see.
How can you get your jersey retired at any arena if you're bouncing between arenas?
That's true. Back to Robertson.
How can you be a legend in Dallas if on your record is reluctantly signed in 2026 for a deal that handcuffed the team?
Right. Like, it doesn't happen very often to where like people get put up in the rafters, players get put up into the rafters whenever they're not like Sakic, who is absolutely like, he's their leader. He's their savior in a sense, because now he's GM of the team. And like, there are weird instances, like Ray Bork is in the Avs rafters and he played like 2 seasons with them, but he won his first cup with them. So it's just kind of that story.
But if Robertson puts up 45 goals every season for the next 8 seasons, then that might erase everything. They might say, well, who gives a shit?
Yeah. It's just, why doesn't he just sign now then?
Yeah.
You know, like, what is happening?
What is the holdup?
No, I mean, it's going to be...
Any final thoughts?
No, I think it's going to be very interesting to see where all this goes. It's going to be a crazy free agency. I think we're like a week away from that. And we'll see where all these trades move on to.
Okay. I'm excited to see as well. The controversy is going to continue until some of these people land in their final destination. Final destination. Let's take our last break. We're going to come back with 82-0. Join us as we try to create the best team in a certain era. Are we doing era or are we going to do team?
Oh, no, we can talk about it off air. I kind of mentioned it'd be kind of fun to do just a team. Just pick 2 teams each, or 1 team each, and then go against each other.
We'll make it a surprise. Yep. Join us after this.
And we're back. Been a fun episode. Lot to talk about. Been an intense week in the NHL. Tons of storylines, controversies, and the draft, obviously. We're going to close out this episode with 82-0. Little game.
82-0.
We stumbled upon and can't stop playing. So I'm going to share our screen. I think we're just going to do classic. I think we're just going to
I'm really curious to see what their best record is.
Yeah.
I got close. I did get close, but I haven't got 82-0 yet.
No. And I'm actually kind of shocked that it was all Cale Makar. All right. So I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to get it pulled up here. And so again, this is on CapWages.com. A little bit about the game. You pick a line and a goalie. So you pick 2 wingers, a center, 2 defensemen, and then your goalie. So we're gonna do all teams, all decades. Who's gonna go first?
Let's have me go first this time.
Okay.
So I'm going to be on the right-hand side of the screen. Mm-hmm. Tyler's going to be on the left-hand side. This game is super simple and highly addictive. I will warn you. So,
yeah, I'll find myself just doing it. Like, just throughout the day, I'll just be like, let's pull it up. Do a quick round. And then just, like, skim through it and end up with nobody. Okay.
So I'm going to spin first. It's going to give me a team and a decade. And then I get to pick a player from that era and on that team. So I got Utah 1990s. I'm going to go ahead and switch the team. Yeah. I'm going to use one of my rerolls. And
you went from the Utah Mammoth, who were the Winnipeg Jets at the time, to Winnipeg who was the Atlanta Thrashers at the time.
This is interesting because, frankly, I don't know a lot of these guys.
Do you re-roll again?
I might. I think I might.
Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas, that's good. They have
I got Madonna. I'm picking Madonna. Yeah. What goaltender did they
had? Belfour. He was the one that got you 81-1.
Okay, we're picking him.
I feel like you have to pick a goalie, like early on.
If you see like an elite goaltender,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Okay. So now I'm gonna spin the Islanders in the 90s.
Pierre Turgeon, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I've got his rookie card right here behind us. Played for the Blues as well.
He
Love me some
did.
Turgeon.
He did. He wasn't bad.
You son of a bitch, you're not going to pick him.
If I reroll 90s and end up with the Avs, I got Sakic.
That's true, but you might not get the Avalanche. And you got Turgeon just waiting in the wings here.
I do. You picked a goalie.
You're going to bench Turgeon? Really?
I'm scared. I'm very scared. Should I take him? That's tough. Who is their goalie? I don't know who that is. Tommy Salo? This
0.77 goals against.
Yeah, not a fan.
Or goals allowed. What are you going to do?
I'm re-rolling.
Oh, my
Colorado!
Gosh. Oh, my God. He rigged this game, mind you.
Okay, now
That's insane. You just called that. Son of a bitch.
So now I have options.
Do you go Sakic or do you go Forsberg?
Or Waugh.
Or do you go Waugh? You were just saying you want to pick a good goaltender. How can you get better than Waugh?
It's got to be Waugh.
It's got to be Waugh. What's he rated?
92. Belfour was ranked higher.
That's right, sucker. Just tricked your ass.
Maybe I should have taken Sakic.
Let's see what we got.
Utah in the 2000s.
Wow,
they were the Coyotes at the time, obviously.
Keith Tkachuk.
But not good Keith Tkachuk.
Huh.
And Keith could, I don't know. I'm not going to go there.
You don't like Keith Tkachuk. I mean, Hall of Famer.
I mean, he's okay, but he's not like
okay. You're saying he's not legendary. I would say if you picked any...
Yeah, but for this game, is he...
top tier? Well, the thing is, you're not going to get... Keith Tkachuk is a solid pick. Now, in the 2000s,
not as much. But you can't re-roll, right?
I'll take Keith. I'll take Keith. What's he rated? 80?
80.
80? Damn it. Okay, that was a mess up.
Washington in the
1980s. There you go.
I know nothing about Washington.
Perfect.
See, that's the thing about this game. It does kind of expose a gap in knowledge. Gartner? Oh, he looks good.
He looks good.
He looks good.
Plus 45.
Let's do him.
What's he?
85.
85. Okay, I like that. Nothing in the 90s. I got to recoup here.
I
got to recoup.
Utah again. What's
happening?
It's all Utah. That's 3 rolls in a row that you've ended up with Utah.
Schmaltz.
Full transparency.
Keller.
I rigged it.
I know you did.
But this is like Clayton Keller in his draft
year. Don't hate
year,
me, Utah fans, because I'm re-rolling the team.
Dallas. That's good. Jamie Benn.
Let's see.
Tyler Seguin. He can play all positions because he's a natural center. That's right. That might be the pick, dude, because you can put him on a wing or you can put him as center. When was Heiskanen drafted?
I'll pick Seguin.
Yeah.
He's probably I'll put him on wing.
Yeah.
He's 91. 80s. Oh, 91? Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
cool.
good. All right.
And you have to reference it back to the era.
Yeah.
You know, you can't think of a modern day.
Yeah. Ooh, Tampa. They didn't really get really good.
That's not their that's not their most prolific era.
Dude, I don't want to reroll again.
Have you used
all your rerolls? You have.
Oh my god, yeah. That was quick. Now we're just raw dogging it.
Do you re-roll Tampa in the era? I almost like re-rolling.
You could re-roll the era on this one. Yeah?
I'm going to do it. 2010, Stamkos.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, do I put him on wing or do I put him on my center?
I say, well,
wing.
Let's see how many re-rolls you got.
1.
Put him on wing, and then you could probably get a solid center. I don't know why I'm helping, but...
96?
Good God. This is ridiculous.
I'm surprised that he's rated so high. Boston in the 70s. That's good. Bobby Orr.
Baby.
Yeah. Or as we said last week, Esposito.
Despacito. He could play right or left. I'll put him.
Ooh.
I feel like lefty is going to be more common.
Right, like getting a good lefty.
No, putting him on right.
Right, like you could get a good lefty later.
Right.
Yeah. But Cale Makar.
What's he rated? 96.
Yeah.
He's a right.
But saying Cale Makar, Bobby Orr could have been your lefty, and you could have brought in Cale Makar as your right D. He's exclusive to right D. Cale Makar is, I'm pretty sure.
Well, we'll see.
But the odds of you getting Cale Makar.
It happened last time.
It did. 70s Devils. This is rough. They were the Colorado Rockies at the time. I know they were not good. From all the history I've heard about the Rockies.
You got one reroll.
And I'm going to have to, because that was like probably one of the worst teams in NHL history.
Probably going to reroll the team, right?
In the 70s.
Or are you going to reroll the era?
Yeah. Sorry. Team. Rangers.
Okay. Got some better options now.
Brad Park. I feel like that's the pick. He's a defenseman. Put him on the lefty.
And you can pick. Okay.
Yeah. 91?
There we go.
What? You're cheering me on.
You need it, because I'm about to whoop that ass.
Dallas in the 70s. No rerolls. Neither one of us have a reroll. We are hanging on by the skin of our teeth.
Oh, God.
79.
Son of a bitch. I just lost.
St. Louis in the 90s.
There we go. Oh, can't do whole. Al McInnes. That's what I would pick.
Yeah. 88.
88. Okay.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Montreal in the 70s. They won a few cups then, I'm sure.
Let's see.
A few of their 20 cups.
Have to find
Guy Lapointe. Yeah. There's your lefty right there.
69, 9, and 4. Not the best.
Not terrible. You're a cup contender. Vancouver in the
Who have you got left? Center?
Yeah.
And do you have no rerolls?
Thomas Graydon. I mean, best available right here, right? 424 points. He's a minus 40, though.
There we go.
So he's a good player on a bad team.
I like that for you. I'll see what it does.
65, 12, and 5.
Oh, boy. What was he?
He was a 72.
There we go.
Shame.
Just dommed on you.
That's a shame.
Just dommed on your ass.
I want to play again.
Did you lose with, who'd you take, Forsberg?
Stamkos, Gartner, Waugh.
You lost with Waugh. Damn.
Well, let's see. Okay, so let's compare this. My left wing, 96. Your left wing, 80. My center, 72. Your center, 79. My right wing, 85. Yours, 91. And then lefty, 91 to 90. Right D, 88 to 96. And goalie, 92 to 94. It's a pretty close team, though. It's not too far off.
It's close.
We had really bad centers.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a pivotal role in this game. I don't know how the analytics work on it, like what they take into consideration. Like, is a 96 center better?
It's tough. I feel like Orr kind of won me this.
Yeah, more than likely. I would say Orr did, because our left wing, I had Stamkos. I mean, come on. Can't go wrong with Stamkos.
Come on.
I was kind of surprised to see him as a 96.
That was fun.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
We'll revisit this game. See, we'll keep a running tab on who's winning.
Right.
So right now I'm 2-0.
You are.
Just saying.
Yeah, running tab.
That will conclude this week's episode. As always, this is Tyler. I'm Joel. We are fans first here. We're creating content with excitement and passion for the sport. We look to grow the sport as much as we can as fans and share with you guys the passion and joy of following the best sport on earth. Like and subscribe to our channel and join us on this journey each week.